check on here to see if we're live. Okay. I don't know why every time we do one, I feel like nervous. I want to look at my other. What? Okay. I want to look at my other. All right, let me turn it down because it's going to conflict. You want to do intros or no?
No, it's on now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, I just want to see how we hear or how we sound.
I know. I was saying, if do you want to do intros?
No, you go ahead. You start.
You ain't revved up yet.
Coffee still.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I want to do a little housekeeping while, we have people potentially coming in. So I don't know. Maybe nobody will show up tonight, but we wanted to do this live on the eclipse. Lunar eclipse actually is taking place now. First, I want to do a bit of housekeeping. Hello, everyone. I am a Radio Arcanum, and this is Adabet Jabbar, my partner, hubby. So a little bit of housekeeping first, because I always forget. I got a lot going on behind the scenes. Um, First, check me out on school. But also, what I have done, because I found that some people only like to watch some of the tutorials that I do over there and some of the replays. And some people like to do the live rituals during the lunar cycle. So, what I've done is for those that are only wanting to be in the world of YouTube, I've opened up the YouTube membership again. And there's a couple of tiers on there. So the first tier is, members only lives and video tutorials. And the next tier is for those of you that want to join in on full moon rituals and things like that. So check that out. And also, before this is the last thing for a bit of housekeeping, I have a witchy snail mail, but what makes mine unique is that is also it has astrology. So in the snail mail, which is called the Practical Magic Post, you get a letter from me, a couple of stickers, you get a print of artwork from me, 4x6, and you also get a grimoire card. It's on stock card. It's not just like a sheet of paper, and it is like the botanical of the month. It gives you all the information and the magic that you can do, and also 30 days of your personal astrology. So you'll have each day, you can look at that and say, okay, what do I have to look forward to today, and how can I navigate that? So check that out. The links will be in the description of the video, but you can find everything on my website, iradiaarcanum.com. I think that's I want to just kind of talk about uh, the next Iron Garden. And Iron Garden it takes place at QXT's down in Newark, 2 blocks from the Prudential Center in Newark. Every last Friday of the month, we have Iron Garden.
Yes.
And do you want to share a bit more about that, or just let them
Uh,
know what's the
yeah.
next date?
The next date is September 25th.
Yeah.
Not we've already passed the August season. We're heading into September. So next Iron Garden is September 25th. And we got a special event. A singer, a goth singer is coming. So look forward to that. We're heading to the, Samhain, Sam Haines season. So
Ooh, the fall
the
season.
fall season, which is we love. So we're gonna
Yes.
get ready for the iron next couple 3 Iron Gardens to be turned up. Ready for the for salad.
Yes.
Type style.
Yeah, so a lot of things happening with Iron Garden. I'm excited for the fall season. So I think that is all I wanted to get out of the way because I usually forget to share. So,
You want to say something about your art or something?
well, I mean,
I don't know. I mean, well, you don't have to.
there's so much. I so the last thing is I know I've shared that I have been getting back into my art. So everything is over on Aradia Arcanum .com. So check out my art. I have been uploading. I've been uploading prints and of things. So like I'm pushing out some art because I'm just diving back into it. It's charcoal art presently, so do go over and check that out. Now, so tonight we wanted to talk about. I may be the chatty one tonight. I think his coffee needs to kick in.
Nope. I'm just giving you. You always say I never give you a
No, but
chance.
you can't. I can't. Like you can't give me the entire floor. Like you have to. This is a partnership.
I'm giving her the floor.
This is a partnership. We gotta show that in action. So, what prompted this was because we have there's so many things that we could talk about, right? But we never really talk about, and someone did ask us to talk about partnership and marriage a while back. So what prompted this was a post that Jabbar shared on Facebook about it's like a flashback of a picture of him with Lon Milo Duquette, and it just brought me back to a lot of the evolution of of what spirituality looks like in a marriage or a partnership, what it looks like and how it evolves, and the moments when we're on different paths and what that looks like. The struggles maybe sometimes in the beginning of our marriage, understanding, coming into this understanding that we each have our sovereign practice.
Right.
But so then there's moments where we were like on the same page with certain practices. We're always kind of on the same page because like, for example, I always give, I'm astrology, you're astronomy, right? So it's we always are kind of like on the same page, but it was a nice journey. Hey.
You could do the you could highlight too. Like,
You could too.
I don't know how you do that. Okay. Oh,
See,
show.
just go over it.
Right.
And hit show. Yeah. So thank you, Ray.
Thank you, Ray.
So I didn't just do this.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so I starting way back when when we met, right? We are both in oh,
Brother,
thank
appreciate it.
you. Thank you. Thank you so much. So um we both started in when we were I mean, we start. I'm trying to go back. It's,
Yeah,
you
I
know,
mean, you
we're
can
not
say what
we're
you.
not young chickens, right? We're not young chickens.
We had got into, yeah, go to church. You want to say it, say what it is. I guess like
Yeah. So when we met, we both had our journey with our parents in
yeah. My
Christianity.
mother's a pastor. Was a pastor. Her mother is a pastor. They both were pastors of churches.
Yes. And we both were the eldest
Una.
of you know,
Oh yeah, that was another thing. We both the
yeah,
eldest
yes,
children in our families.
yes.
Excuse me.
So before we go any
I got a
uh
cough tonight.
deeper, you want coffee? I mean water?
No, I got. I'm good.
So before we go deeper into that, because you know one of my progenies just popped in, and I want to pull her in now and let her share a bit about. I'm going to fast forward to something we're going to talk about. You know, when we get there, you know, as we get through the years, um, what we are doing now and the lifestyle, the alternative lifestyle in our houses and our bloodlines and the vampire community. I want to introduce. You've guys seen her on our teapot, cricket teapot lives. So I'm gonna try to. There she is. Here she is. I'm gonna bring her in. But how do I do that with add to the stream? There she is. Oh my goodness.
Hi.
I don't know how to do
I'm so big. Oh my goodness.
I don't know how there we
Oh,
go.
okay.
So
What's up, Una?
I just wanted to bring her on, just just to give you an idea of some of the people in the community and in my bloodline. So you want to introduce yourself? I know we've done we do the crooked teapot, and you introduce yourself over there, and those are fun, and we're still gonna do those. But I wanted to kind of officially like introduce you, and in the future lives, more of my beautiful beautiful progenies. So go ahead and introduce yourself so I can stop yapping.
My name is Una. I am Lady Aradia's progeny. I am in House of Dracaris Day. In the vampire community, I identify myself as a shapeshifter. Go through all different aspects of primal, but I do have two or three major ones that I stick with that are the how do you say it? That are
Yeah, you're me.
the
You're
base, like the base. So like definitely vampiric fae and a witch. So
yeah.
those are my
So
three
big threes.
big three. Well, vampiric fae is like one and then the witch, but
Yeah,
yeah.
but that's interesting that you said that though, because thinking about this our sun, moon, and rising, right? That's interesting. We're gonna get into that with the charts, but
Well,
yeah. So Jakar's day as a whole is first and foremost, right? We are spiritual practitioners that are shapeshifters, and we dive into the primal currents, and it's usually we have main ones, but that doesn't exclude that at some point, right, we may tap
mhm.
into another aspect of the primal, and it's like a evolutionary process. So um, I find that we came into this knowledge of shape shifting because because
Rambo.
I I found that I'm not I don't like to be bound, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I felt myself being shifting into different aspects of the primal. So but yeah, so this is within the vampire community, and I wanted to change, like I want to say vampire community, but it's so much more. I wish there was an all
It
encompassing.
really is, because I would say in the vampire community, like night side wise, because witch is day and night for me.
Right.
I wake, but as far as night side goes, when I'm at night, headphones on, dancing, there's the vampiric fae that comes out depending. So I
Yeah.
can definitely separate one from the other.
That's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. What?
I mean, the the reason why like vampire, that terminology, I mean, like again, like you got your pagan societies, you got the Viking societies, you got the uh different orders. It's a basically it's just an umbrella term for the people who set up it was the way it was set up, the rules. It came from out of them LARPing, doing the
Hmm.
Vampire the Masquerade
Right.
games in the
Right.
90s, and meeting in the different clubs in New York. Again, we always talk about that, the Limelight Club Mother over here in
Hmm.
the scene. And it's interesting because even we just went to a golf club. It was the golf clubs, the BDSM clubs. I'm taking you back to like the 90s, 94, 93. Um, they would have corners. Like we just did this actually. We were at a golf club in Jersey City last Wednesday, and it was just a regular golf people. But the vampires, everybody who knew that they was in the vampire scene, had our corner. We knew who he
That's
was.
true.
The
Yeah.
rest of the golf people, well, they didn't know. They just was like, oh, there's a group of people there. But everybody in that little corner, we were all associated with the vampire society. You could say, if you want to like really get specific, what it say vampire society
Society.
or vampiric order or something
That's
like that.
so
So,
cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
rephrase it. But that's what it was like. So like those other goths didn't know what we were doing, and that's just how they used to do it 93 and 94. That's how they
Yeah.
started. It would be everybody that they would. That's why they would wear the legacy ankh.
Oh my God,
And
that reminds me of the movie, uh, The Hunger.
exactly that's it. They were
That
in.
reminds me of the movie The Hunger at the beginning, like the opening scene.
And that's a lot
Yes.
of what they
That's
were
reality.
mimicking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Mm-hmm.
reality. And so that's where we get the ankh from, and the different
Mm-hmm.
speeches. So they were, TV and real life played off of each other.
Yeah.
Both. But yeah, so we would just be in our corner
That
dancing,
is
doing
so
our
cool.
vampiric thing. So it kind of is a thing like that. It's like it was like a secret society always, like a little just who knows no, we know our rules. So your rules, your little things, your little group, just like any other group or whatever organizations. But that's how it kind of started, and like I said, it always has included everybody. It always has included because like, so think of like pagan and witches. If you go
Mm-hmm.
to like a pagan and witch thing, they'll say, somebody says they're a wolf Therian or something, people will look at them like, "What are you talking about?" Or somebody says they're a sexual vampire, or they like to feed. Like some communities, some pagan witch communities will look at you like, "What?"
Are they really pagan and witchy though?
But that's
Like,
sometimes so
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like,
would be in this amongst this night kind in this society,
right? It had to like have its
people that made
own.
room for somebody that likes to feed off of energy or sex or just like into BDSM or left hand path type philosophies. People are that were vampiric. I mean, like in different ways, like sanguines, energy, all the different types of vampires and stuff. So like that became a thing, just like like there's corporate goths and bright colored goths. You got the vampiric goth. Like there's so many different levels of goth. So it became
Mm,
like a subset within this. So that's why I don't have a problem with that term. And it gives us, I mean, again, with everything, even in BDSM practices, you got to have safe words and rules. It gave the rules, that LARP game gave the rules to us, which we still follow with the houses, the camarilla, the societies, the different names, the tribes, what they may represent.
Yeah, but see, how do you tell someone all of that when I guess I feel like that it's not that I don't like the name, but I feel like it doesn't give it its due. Like, right? So see all of that you just said.
But you have
you
that's
wouldn't
why
expect
you have
that.
to be initiated into
Right, I guess
this
society, right? Secret society, right?
Secret.
Black veil, right?
society. You got to be initiated into the know. You got to be initiated to know how to talk,
That's
the
true.
lingos, the signs, the whatever, the symbols.
I'm like Lestat. Come out, wherever. I would tell everybody.
And then you have
All
a
right.
bunch of religious people knocking up under your posts. Woo, you come to Christ or whatever.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I've been there. I did that already.
I was there.
Right, I was there. Like, phase 1 passed.
Yeah. I've evolved. Thank you.
I've evolved.
Like,
Undead.
yeah. I'm dead. Yeah. So I mean, right. Thank you for the history. Yeah. I mean, I get it. Yeah. Yeah. So okay. So I will let you go now because we're about to get into our
Did you want to talk? Did you want to say more, Una? You have
Yeah.
more that you want to talk about?
yeah. Go for it.
No.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
she does.
I mean, unless you want to ask me some questions, I can't think of anything off the top of my head. It has to be triggered.
No, well, I don't want you because we're gonna have a whole dive deep into Jakara's day on a live soon.
Oh, that'd be great.
Soon?
Yes.
Yay!
So you can have your what you want to say ready for that.
Okay.
Look at Thank you for
Thank
hopping
you.
on here. I'll see you.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know. We'll see each other again.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
I don't know how to get you out, so
I got you. Hit me.
Okay. All right. Okay, so we'll go more into that when we reach up to get to that point in our years of evolution. So, all right, so we were we were brought up in Christianity when we met. I'm trying to fast forward that part because I really don't want to dive into the Christianity part, but that's the thing that shaped us, right? So, that was the kind of the foundation, and then we got married and we were in the church together at that time. But I went hard. I was harder in it. I was, he was, as they call him in church, they call him, he was pulled, as they say, on the carpet so many times because they called him like the Nicodemus spirit. Right. So Nicodemus in the Bible was the one that was asking too many questions. So like, what do you mean? What is this? So yeah, that was him. So he later realized that was a hell of a compliment. Yeah. So I was more brainwashed,
No, I wouldn't look. My opinion on it is, I mean, it wasn't like you were brainwashed. What I could say
feel like I was.
About it is you were raised. You were my mother. What she did as I was coming up, she was a pastor and everything, and she made us go to church like on Sunday, but she was kind of like the way she raised me personally. She kind of like left me to my own devices.
That would have been, I'd have loved that.
So she was going to church, and then me and my little brother, we would have a lot of freedom because she would just leave us at home a lot. And she didn't really Bible bash us. Like I would say, not to worry about it, but you got more of your mom and your family. She was more. Oh. You got to learn this Bible and learn, and all her kids. Your mother. She made sure she still to this day. She makes sure that she puts that in you. So my mother, that was the difference between me and you. So I was able to, well, I realize now why I started questioning a lot is because I had started just read I was always a reader. I don't even know how the hell I was living in the hood, but for some reason I used to like to go to the library and read, and so I had started reading so much. Like I started reading around 12 years old, like just reading deep books on my own, just going to the library reading. So by the time I led up to church, I'd already read Plato, Aristotle, and Socrates. So and literally I was getting straight A's in Shakespearean English lit in the 10th grade and 11th grade. I literally had a affinity for Shakespearean English. So by the time I started reading the Bible, my mother started giving me the Bible, I was already recognizing that. I was like, wait a minute, this is so much like Shakespeare. So I had a lot of questions, and after the first thing, when we got into the church, you couldn't have questions. Like if it seemed like you were being disrespectful and stuff. Like I guess school as teachers would like questions, but in church, it was like you being a Nicodemus. You got too many.
I remember I was standing there, I was like, oh boy, here we go. Here we go.
You could have questions. I was like, oh, okay.
I remember you came up in church and you had you was dressed like a Muslim. And they pulled you on the carpet then. They pulled you on the carpet then. But
I like Islam.
Well, so needless to say, it was more, it had its claws deep in me, right? Because I'm a Libra. I just wanted to have fun and play. I wasn't at the library. I was in the playground, and I was like a tomboy.
But that's gonna go back to our talk in a second.
Exactly.
How we have switch, merge. Yeah,
exactly. So I wasn't reading. So the first thing that I studied was the Bible.
Which is a good book.
I mean, there's a lot of murder, death, kill up in the Bible, murder, but that's a whole nother, we're not gonna get on that because then I'll be ranting. So so it was very ingrained. So I just want to set that up because that will kind of help give some information to our story. So
plus it will help some people too, I think, because a lot of people have that issue. So a lot of times we go through things because
what do you mean, like in partnership or just as a person?
No, as people that are really rooted and can have to attach themselves away from their
what they were indoctrinated.
To get away from indoctrination, whatever that may be, and how hard and difficult
it's very hard. I think, to be honest, when the first thing I was reading, I knew the whole Bible by the time I was like 10 or 11. We had to write the scripture as punishment. Whenever I got in trouble, I had to write the whole Psalms or one of the Psalms. But so that was ingrained in me, and so there's still some days when I'm not at my highest frequency that those things come back, try to sneak back in, right? And you hear the voices you're going to hell, right? So okay. There's always right, because I always say, you always hear me say, I feel like we each have our Achilles heel, the thing that is going to be whatever, the polarity that is when we are at our lower frequency is the thing that always tries to come back in. So we left. I want to fast forward.
Go ahead.
I don't want to go through all the
You don't have to.
stories because there are some stories in the church, but I want to fast forward because the point of this live is to talk a bit about the transition and evolution of our spiritualities together in this household, right? So we left church. He left first. Of course, he left first.
So yeah, so let me say that real quick, like
Yeah.
jump into that. So yeah, I had left first, and she was still in. So then at that little period, I was kind of like seeking out, and she.
I
So
wasn't.
we,
It was only like a few months.
yeah, it was
though.
only a few months. So she was
Yeah.
kind of separate. Like we had kind of separated paradigms because I was like, I'm leaving this. I'm starting to go seek other things,
Yeah.
and you were still. And for that brief second, you were still like holding on, like you wasn't ready to do that yet. So at that moment, like at first, our paradigms were together, and then for that brief moment, it separated. So we had a little not conflict, but it was a difference of you were like, no, I'm still doing this, and I was like, I'm still. So we had to give each other, well, like that's one thing we want to point out, and I guess in this whole thing, we can tell you this right now. You have to give each other, if you're in a partnership and people are going separate spiritual ways, kind of got to give each other room and space, compromise. Because it's been, like I said, even in the church, it's been people that wasn't into the church, and then they may be married to somebody or in a partnership with somebody.
Yeah, there was a lot of those in church.
That's into the church, and you got to still work together to keep the marriage or the partnership going, type of deal.
Yeah.
So we, for that brief second, we started veering off.
It didn't take me long though. It was like, you know what? Because I remember they had kicked your mother out. That was like they kicked your mother out, and then you left, and I'm like, something ain't right here. I was like, it was all of a sudden, it was like, okay, I'm one of those people that's kind of stubborn, so it took me a bit longer. But it was like the wool, as they say, was removed, and I started seeing like all the fakeness. But so then I left. But then imagine being ripped from something, like imagine being torn from something that's so embedded into who you are.
Yeah.
So it was a bit difficult for me. I mean, it wasn't difficult for me to leave. It was difficult for me to find, I was just like a cord was cut, and I was like, okay, now what do I do?
No, it's different. Yeah, no, that's very difficult. That's probably could be one of the most difficult things in anybody's life.
Yeah.
Like, it's something you grew up with. Like,
Yeah.
it will take, as much time as it took for you to get indoctrinated, as much time as it can take for you to get unindoctrinated. Like, so
Absolutely.
And sometimes people never. So that's a whole hell of a lot of statement right there,
So, and it showed up. It showed up throughout the years. Yeah. So I was in my I'm not doing shit phase where I'm just chilling, I'm working, we doing whatever, because I'm like, I need to breathe, from being, having to go to church 24/7, right? So it was a little pause on spiritual things for a while, at least for me.
Right.
And then we went through. You went through. I could never understand how you did so many different things without being.
I'll go ahead and talk about me, because like I don't want people to be thinking I'm like talking about myself. So tell me what you saw. What did I do? Like go ahead.
Well, you sure you want me to? Yes. So, well, no, but so while I was just like, just exploring things, and not really getting into anything, right? Because I'm that type of person, or was that type of person that once I get into something, that's because that's the way I was taught. So I didn't want to just jump into something. That's not how I was taught. So I was just chilling and just exploring behind the scenes, like watching TV, reading
Ah,
books, watching YouTube and different things like that. But he was he was like, yeah, I'm going to Theosophical Society and we're gonna have our, group meeting. I'm like, who, what? So then at the same time, right after that, it was like, you was doing that, and then it's not like you really left that. It was just like, okay, now let me go check out the OTO. And then I'm like, who, what? So then he's like, and he's gonna check out the OTO, right? So then in between, no, like around towards the end of that, you was like, oh, I want to be a Freemason. So I'm like, okay. I remember saying to you, like, how can you just dive into all these different things and be able to, like, I don't know, not get attached? I guess that's the difference between at the time. That was the difference between him and I. He was able, because he's philosophical, right? So he was able to look at things in a more philosophical view versus me looking at it like, this is like we this is something religious. But and again, that's evolved greatly. But
yeah, like I said, like it intersects. Like first they may go this way, then it intersects, then it goes out that way. We have keep doing this cycle, like it's
yes.
the whole time, like because and then I remember like it was times like after that, like so like um and again as a partner and a husband, and she did the same for me. If I could say something special about us, like how we were able to stay together for so long and stuff like that, is no matter through whatever differences of opinions and paradigms we have at the time, we both would give each other the room. Like I did that for her, she did that for me. She's like, okay, I don't understand what he's doing right now, but let me just let him go do what he's doing. And I did that with her. Like you, whatever,
I'm gonna make this bigger. Sorry.
yeah, whatever she did or was doing, that's her thing. So I gave her that room. I'm like, that's your you're the expert in that. Or you go seek that. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever it is for you, we was able to support each other as far as like support. Okay, that's what you want to do. Even if you think it's gonna be a phase, and like she never did that to me, I never did that to her. Like I went through phases, she went through phases, everybody went through phases. Like go ahead and go through that phase. Like so I'm not gonna be bashing and so like
I mean, in the back of my mind, I'm like, are you messing with the devil? Like at the that was my mind frame back then. I was still fresh out of like church. So yeah.
I mean, of course, we're gonna have our back in the mind or whatever, but we still allowed, even though we didn't understand, you just understood the fact that okay, this person is seeking, what I'm saying? So let me allow them to find whatever they're gonna try to find, like I support it, or whatever. Being like, given that room. Like
thank you, Una.
give the room.
But I remember when you went and I was at the one of the Tahuti lodges.
Oh, okay.
Ceremony. You saw your first one of the first open rituals.
Which,
and you came home. You didn't even tell me. I was like, "What happened?" You was like, "I don't want to talk about it."
Hold on, yeah, that's a good. Yeah, we can go into some funny stories, right? So like,
he was like, "I don't want to talk about it." I was like, "What happened?"
So hold on, I'll go. That's a funny one. So my first time seeing the LBRP, like my first time seeing it, like so, like I was pretty early in. Not only like there was nobody around me that even knew what the hell Thelema was, like let alone the OTO. Like, oh, that's the Orientis. That's the Thelemic group that Aleister Crowley started coming out with the Golden Dawn. So the simple fact that I even found that and ran into that back then Nobody, I mean, nobody in my family even knew about secret societies or nothing of that. So I knew nothing about it. Like I just started exploring down that was my first time, and that was kind of pretty much early. It wasn't a lot of it was still secret society back then, where a lot of people wasn't really, you had to be in a know to even know that that was a group or a thing, and then my first time going to they had a Gnostic mass, and they did the LBRP for my first time, and they did it in the way that Israel Regardi would teach or show. Man. Whoa. And this is my first time ever seeing it. Blew my fucking mind. I was like, it scared the shit out of me. Like, I really was scared. Like, to the point, like I said, when she came home, she was like, what happened? I was like, we shall not speak about what happened in the lodge. The LBRP scared the fucking shit out of me for the first time, because I was like, what the fuck is happening? That wasn't even my first time seeing the movements, hearing the guttural.
I think it was more right than the
way they did it and the way they taught it was so ceremonial and so deep and powerful. Like, it was more emphasis put on the it was like the what you call it when you
the toning,
the toning, the word I'm looking for, like when you meditative. It was really meditative. They really put a lot into the LBRP. It's done it a little bit differently. So it blew my mind. Like, I really thought they was opening up the portals of hell. I was like,
that's what you was thinking. You was scared. You was
I was like,
oh my gosh.
I can't tell you what I.
And in my mind, I was like, see?
But I was just learning. That was my awakening. That was my, just experiencing this stuff for the first time. And that was the only thing. Like, the reason why I did a lot of going to and joining is because you had to be initiated into this stuff to get it. Like, it was a lot of gatekeeping.
Right, it was.
I wouldn't have got those secrets had I not joined.
I mean, they had their public mass,
but you want the real deal. Yeah, and that was my thing. I wanted to know. Like, I was kind of like brave.
Did you really know? Because like,
but so like, when I look back at it now, I was afraid and I was scared. But it was something that said, fuck, like, I need to know if this is real. Like, I want to look. I'm gonna keep going. You keep going into harm's way. I'm gonna just fucking keep going till I find out. So it was like it was a barrier, but I was little by little trying to break through it because I was nosy. I wanted to see. I was seeking. It was a seeking. So in the fear, I was seeking still.
So what? I don't know. I mean, there was some years in between there that I had eventually got to the point where I would go with you. So what it was like, how did we get there? Like, how did I?
So that was So let's think about like
how did I get there? Because from my brain to be like, okay,
right. Yeah, that's a good. So I'm trying to figure out like when you did you do the Theosophical Society?
No, I didn't do that because I'm like, I don't want to feel. At that point, I was like, I don't want to like sit around and listen to a bunch of people like debate philosophy. I'm not. No.
And now she loves it. See, we like I said, enter and then go like Rudolf Steiner. She loves now Rudolf Steiner, Blavatsky. That's what we learned in the Theosophical Society. It was
now, like in hindsight, I wish Blavatsky, I would have went with you to that.
The Secret Doctrine.
Yeah.
And Rudolf Steiner. Steiner. That's all I gotta say. If you don't even know who Steiner is, you better Steiner. Rudolf Steiner. Everyone know about the occult.
So it was funny because this is how, and I'm gonna just tell myself because this is how what happens when you are so embedded into Christianity. You're because you block out the truth, right, and other things and other studies. You are naive, right? So you don't see things. So I remember when you said Rudolf Steiner, I'm like, are you talking about on a PBS channel? I was like,
you gotta look at Channel 13.
Yeah, I was like,
You're like, Tiger. Helena Rubinstein Foundation.
oh,
Oh, thank you.
I don't even know how to like get the thing down there. There we go. Oh,
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
So right. And it's another deep Russian philosopher that came out. I'm trying to think of his name, right? I can't think of his name, right? But anyway, I'll get back to him. He was very deep. I want to definitely shout out his name because he's unknown. You got to be in that Theosophical Society.
I don't know how it won't let me
highlight it.
Yeah, highlight it.
Just leave it alone.
That's the old folks, y'all. Yeah, so
but you
I don't remember because there was some years in between there.
Yeah.
So
like
because you at you had stepped back a little bit and then you started and got serious about it, the OTO.
Right. So like so okay, I'll say this. I'll come from. I think it was. We're missing a little bit, but I'm gonna come back to it. But I got you. So when I joined Freemasonry,
I think that was in between here.
That was you got to come out to that because
OTO was before that. You know what? I don't even know. Everything is like
no. Freemasonry came a little bit later. So no. Excuse me. OTO came after Freemasonry. So it was. I was going. So it was kind of like the Theosophical Society. But like when I like first left the church, I started finding out. I went to the library again. I went back to the library. I started finding out a lot about secret societies and who they are, what they mean.
You was trying to find a secret.
I was trying. I was like, I'm gonna find this secret, whatever it is. I want to know.
Did you find a secret?
I did. I think I did.
You think you found a secret?
I think I did. Yep. I think I did. At this point, it's been about 30, 40 years now of me journeying. I think I kind of found it now a little bit. Yeah. Anyway, so Freemasonry, the first thing I can say about that is they came to my house to interview me.
Oh my gosh!
So they were like that. They would come to your house to see who the hell you are to even join there.
Oh, you are right because
so remember,
we were in Springfield.
Yes, you.
And then okay.
So you the first thing they met was my wife. They was like they came to the door. They was like we want to see wifey. So Freemasonry going to include both.
Yeah, they want to see a family.
Like even though it was a men's group, they have the men's section, and then they have the Freemasonry.
They want to see how you live.
They still gonna come see your home set up. So she had to be the wife and meet them, and with that though, they wanted her to come to the lodge. They was like, that's one thing they do. They want the wives involved. They want the wife to know that what the men are doing, like you ain't that coming using it for an excuse to go cheat or blah blah blah. Like come to the lodge.
Yeah.
So she came. She started. As like all the other wives, they came to the lodge and they wanted them involved and sitting in on some of the open meetings. No one seeing. So she got to see
ceremony.
She got to see all of that. I can't even say some of the Freemasonic stuff, the different salutes. I'll do a little whatever. No, I'm not. You got to be a Freemason. Secrets. No. So she started seeing coming to lodge, coming to some of the meetings. She's coming to some of my initiations as I was advancing in the levels. Yeah. She was there. They wanted her there. She was there for all of them and learning at the same time. She was actually learning Freemasonry. I had to. Freemasonry is a lot of talking about memorizing the Bible. Nothing you do in Freemasonry is reading. You got to memorize. So I had to walk around the house practicing. She heard all of that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they let you know the wife is definitely a part of it because she's on your journey with you. Like I'm walking around repeating what I gotta say in the lodge. She's hearing all of that. She's hearing me do it.
Yeah, I was
practicing. So she's basically getting initiated. That's why I say, I have to remind her. I'm like, yo, everything that I've done, you've done it with me. You literally, you gave me that room to do it, but you've done it with me. Like I've done it in front of you, like from everything from OTO to Freemasonry to to everything that I've done. I've been in Sufi circles.
So right, yeah. So, but that did the timeline.
You started coming to that stuff.
Yeah. So it's when we left Springfield that we was you started going to the other stuff like the Sufi
Right.
things and
She liked Sufism, like the Hafez.
no, hold up.
Go ahead.
I love that. You know, I love it that
Rumi.
mysticism, and I love Rumi. However, I don't know that they love me. Like I don't know that they love me, right? So we was
who put that? Who's that? Nice. Very, very beautiful. Beautiful. All right, take it in.
Oh, he's broke it down. But so we went to was it was Rumi or Hafez? I think
it was Hafez and Rumi. It was
Yeah.
a poetry society, Sufic poetry society,
Yeah.
you know, coming from Iran, coming from Persia, Persian mystics,
Yeah.
Rumi and Hafez. I don't know if guys know about Hafez. You may have heard about Rumi, but maybe not Hafez in the West.
Well, so we get in there, you know, it's a beautiful day. We get in there, and we're immediately met by
Persian.
The
her
woman
name is Khadija.
Khadija.
Her name's Khadija.
Khadija.
She was the head of the Sufi circle that was running the Sufi circle.
So
Khadija.
She immediately is like, "Hello." She grabs my hands and starts like I'm not gonna know what she's doing. Like she was like, "Hey." I was like, "All right." She did. That was too quick. I wasn't ready. So I'm like, "Okay." She just tried to read me, my palms and stuff. So that was fine. All right. So we go in. And I'm like walking around and to enter the room. If this I swear I thought I was in the Middle East. It was 3 women in black. They was all covered up, wrapped up, older elderly women, and they were sitting up there with 3 of them, and they was sitting there like this, and they was like staring at me like the whole time. They was staring at me like, who are you? What are you doing? So I felt a little uncomfortable, but I was enjoying the poetry being read, but it was I'm not sure they was appreciating this me coming up in there. I don't know if I was looking goth. I don't know.
What that's what I said, and those are all great memories that you'll always remember, like as your first experiences when you're coming to this type of stuff. You will remember that how the way people looked, the way people felt, your first inklings.
Yeah.
They probably was just checking you out. Like they was
giving me the evil eye.
I'll say this on that. They definitely look like they came straight out of Persia. First of all, they would.
I felt like I stepped into the world.
Have you ever heard of somebody saying the Witch of Endor? Those 3 women look like they were the 3, even though they were like
they look like the crones of Endor.
They look like the like so pagan or
and it wasn't Mother Maiden, it was crone. I was like, that's out.
And they had that Middle Eastern Persian look, and they looked like they were some serious. So I think they were just checking you out. They probably were like looking like, oh, she's gonna be somebody powerful.
In hindsight, we
can say that like
looking at right, because you can't judge right by the face. They had the face of like they've lived, right,
like
and
they've been through some
spiritual right
stuff. They were in a Sufi thing, like,
exactly. So yeah, and when you look at Sufism, they're a little more liberal than the other forms of
they were just checking you out. That's all. And then they had that piercing eyes.
Like, ooh, I was like, I'm not gonna leave it. I'm just gonna keep looking at the screen.
The elder goth eyes.
Yeah. But it was fun. We did So
you start little by little. You started coming to.
you help me come out.
Yeah, look, it was like I had to be very patient with her, very calm, very understanding, because like I couldn't say certain things because she wasn't ready to
I wasn't
hear.
ready.
She wasn't ready to hear it at the moment.
That's
like,
horrible.
And it's a lesson, because you will help somebody one day with this that's dealing with this. I just was like I said, I was probably like a ignorant just seeker. I knew shit stunk, but I was like, no, I want to smell it.
Well, no, because that's the way you know what? I can tell you this. I've always been that way in my life. Like, the stuff I was like, oh, I'm just going to do that. Like, running away and living on the streets and foster care homes. The fear wasn't in anything else in life. It was when it had to do with spirituality.
Yeah, you always had that. Because you know what? You have. She's always been a very spiritual person, and she's always definitely wanted to please the gods or not offend the gods.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. So you take that very seriously.
Very serious. I have evolved. Right. So at the time, right, I still was healing from this traumatic experience. And I can say not everybody, right, just because you was indoctrinated in Christianity doesn't mean you had traumatic experience.
Right.
But I can tell you, I had some traumatic experiences. So it's not, I'm not saying that just to say that. So it took me a long time to heal from that.
Yeah.
But now I'm on the dark side.
But yeah. Let's start.
Big transit. There's a big like a lie happening.
Okay, let me say this real quick. So because I didn't want to push her or convince her. You know what I'm saying? Like
I was too stubborn.
You can't convince anybody anyway. Like they have to do that. So I was like, I gotta allow her to do that on her own. But when she did finally start, I was like, okay, I'm stepping back. I ain't got nothing to do with this. I ain't got nothing to do with her awakening. I'm gonna let, because I don't want to be her family be like,
I don't know what
you're indoctrinating my daughter, blah 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 blah. But she started coming out of it on her own
because we was going like when we went to, like I was saying in the beginning, how this conversation got started was with you were us going to line Enochian.
So we went to one of Lon Milo Duquette's. I don't know if you guys know about Lon Milo. Shout out to Lon Milo. He's the I guess the father
these my listeners
of Enochian, the Enochian system. He wrote books on it, done many videos on. He's a member of the OTO in California. He's wrote a lot of works on the Enochian system. And that's John Dee and Edward Kelly. We talking in the 19th century. Enochian magic system. That whole story about that coming up. So he was teaching, giving whatever conferences on that. So she came to that with me, and we were learning everything. the Sigillum DMF, the layman's, all the different how to contact your higher.
Exactly. So how did I even how did I get there?
She learned how to contact her holy guardian.
We did it right. He was teaching. We had the class. Yeah.
And using the angelic alphabet, the table,
that kind of opened me up more, because I was like, it's interesting. I have to check that out. That kind of that was instrumental in
Yep. So she was learning how we had to create a layman as well as work the Sigillum DMF. I know if I'm speaking Greek to you guys.
That's a whole nother. We don't gotta get that lesson.
But the table of union to contact your holy guardian angel. This is the what is the Abramella, the magic of Abramella the Magi. This is the Enochian.
No, I have not.
Go ahead. What did he say?
I was thinking about diving into some Enochian stuff. I have not. No.
New translations of the original demon?
Yeah.
No, not yet. But we did
different from the going direction. Oh.
Go ahead. Oh, say that again. Show that.
It's very enlightening and very different from the Golden Dawn derived systems of the. Well, thank
Ah,
you for sharing that because
beautiful.
we've had this conversation
Yeah,
recently.
that's a good. Yeah, thank you. That's good.
Yeah,
I will check that out. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go back a tip, but yeah, you sparked me on that. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm aware that John D and Edward Kelly and the Enochian system was way before the Golden Dawn. You know what I'm saying? That's the Elizabethan era.
Oh, interesting.
What's that? Full of trans. Yeah.
Man,
Oh man. Okay, that's beautiful because yeah, the Abramel and the Magi uh, um, is is very very difficult, to read. So that I would love to see the new translations of that
the Abramelin,
manuscript.
yeah.
Ah, beautiful, beautiful. So we got somebody up here that knows about Mathers and know about the whole. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's Gnostic Friar Pet. Beautiful. Thank you. Got to look for that. Yeah, Mathers.
777.
Mathers left a lot out. Okay, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yes, beautiful. So yeah, we did the studying on the lawn, getting that. She was awakening then, like to a lot of the. So like
Yeah.
little by little, she started as she saw that like I would think to me because the Bible, the way what the Bible had was like the authority in her brain. So when she started realizing that they were books older than the Bible, then there was
Yeah.
books that it was same stories in Egypt and ISIS
Yeah.
and a whole bunch of like going back to like Babylon and the Epic of Gilgamesh.
Like the story, yeah.
And you're like, wait a minute, and then there's a flood in the epic, like, and then all of a sudden, it started
I was
awakening her,
connecting the dots.
like, wait a minute, and then we had learned so then we learned about Constantine and the Council of Nicaea and how he got the people together in 300 BC to get all the men at the council together that were in the religious, had all the scrolls and stuff back then, and then he was like, okay, you get to put this in it, you can put this in, but took that out, put this Gnostic, nope, no that Gnostic, bury that all in the caves of Qumran,
Yeah.
no, we don't want to know that. This is what's going to be in the Bible. She started realizing that really did happen. We're going to, first of all, there wasn't no Bible. We're going to create this thing for the Roman state, because everybody wants to be a Christian now. So we're going to take, not only we're going to take Christianity over, we're going to make the Bible and make it a Roman thing. So like she started realizing that was not fake. That was a real thing.
The thing that I had to get over, as because I know a lot, if you grew up in Christianity, you can relate. The thing that I had to get over was Revelations.
Go there.
Yeah, that was the thing that I had to get over because it wasn't necessarily. I knew at this point. I knew that I still believed in there's this higher power, right? There's this thing, whatever that translates to, right? There's this force that I still wanted to, learn and just just to do the research and just
like a god, intelligent design, whatever you want to call it, the grand architect of the universe, the Gotal, whatever, the Tetragrammaton, whatever you want to name it, Allah, whatever, like this. The one, right.
Yeah, but I knew that there still was something that I wanted to pursue, but it was just more that my soul, like where was
that was the fight, like that was the biggest hurdle to get over.
What?
Yeah, because like you like I said, we'll say here, you don't know whether whether heaven or hell is real, and if you're really, they could get you with that all the time, like you're going to hell, scare tactics, fear.
It is.
If you die not believing there's certain thing, you're going to hell. So you better get your life right. So that's could sink way deep down into your subconscious, and you be like, you don't realize it, but every second you're scared to learn or you're scared to pursue.
Yeah, you really are. You are. It's very cultish because you don't want to pick up another Bible and hear what somebody else has to say, right? Because then are they, is it coming from God, right? So, I can't believe like just where I'm at now. I don't even know, like the.
So she started coming out of it on her own, and I was like, yes, and I ain't have nothing to do with it. It was all on her. I was like, beautiful NASA. Now we started merging back again, like.
And that's when I started going to the OTO. When you started going back.
Yo. Oh, the funny story about OTO, like, we got some funnies here. We're not gonna be so boring, but I gotta bring it up.
Oh my God.
So one night she came to the OTO with me.
But wait, before you tell the story, you remember we was in the that's when I started. I think I was opening up. My third eye was opening up more, because I remember very vividly seeing like this figure that was all green, and then seeing a figure that had like this big head, and I remember that because now go ahead, and I'll tell you why.
Right.
So they was there. They were there.
So it's funny. She had a dream about some type of figure before she went, and I think maybe this was one of my first times that she came with me, and then all of a sudden she walks down, and it was a
no, that was the second. That was the second time at that point, because I went to one of the. Rituals.
So it's closed off. It's a secret society. You go down into like a room, basement, and all that type of stuff. And that image or that whatever she had was there.
So the guy was there. I went as soon as we walked in. He was sitting on the side couch. I remember, and I was like, "Oh shit, that's the guy." So it was like that. I was not destined, but it was like it was showing me that that's what I was. So it's kind of meant to be.
Yeah. So let me go there. Let me go here. So we were having like philosophic polemic discussions, right? And so they were talking about the phallus.
Yeah. You're leaving at such an interesting time. Bye, Camira.
So they were talking about phallic. And she didn't exactly know what phallic was, so she was like, "Yeah." My wife,
I knew what it was. I just wanted to talk about it.
She was like, "Yeah, the phallus," and I was looking at her like, "You know what a phallus is?"
Yes, I wanted to know the understanding coming from the OTO, like what they were like.
I was like, "You sure you know what a phallus?"
No, because they were talking about it, and they just brushed by it like very quickly.
Do you guys know what a phallus?
But they brushed by it so quickly. I'm like, wait, I need to understand what you mean by that.
Like, that's another thing. Like that's
what happened was. I was open, so it's just like I wanted to I was at the point where you were, like I wanted.
You're hungry now. You want to know it all.
Yeah,
like so.
Yeah, so I was like, tell me about the phallus.
She's like, tell me about the phallus. I was like, all right, you can tell her. Tell her. Like the Baphomet statue. I got them sitting up like.
They did explain because they were there. Yes. And I think because I wanted to know how they're viewing it because, very patriarchal. I was just like, what do you mind being?
You know what? I go back into that really good segment real quick. Since we brought it up real quick.
You brought it up.
The secret societies. Okay, you got to understand that. At a certain point of time, ancient Egypt, like Greek, Rome, we're going back 2,000 years ago, before Christianity. That's why, like if you
just about everything was before Christianity.
You looked at some of the ancient Egyptian tombs. They literally had a penis sticking up out of the. They knocked a lot of that down on some because they couldn't show. But the phallic religion it's not a male thing. You could going back into fertility. This is when the divine feminine goddesses ruled.
They also had statues of vaginas.
Exactly, boobs. Like
so why wasn't they
statues with 68 boobs and like so like because it was fertility. Fertility was a big thing in the ancient world. We're talking about the ancient world. So now the phallic thing was a it had to do with fertility.
Yeah, they had a whole religion based on it. I know.
So it wasn't looked at as like the way we see. That's modern man's mind frame. We talk about ancient man's mind frame. They looked at certain things differently. That's why you had some of those pharaohs and sarcophagus laid with the penis sticking. So upright penis meant something spiritually. It meant something. We have to kind of get
vaginal religion.
We have to get our minds out of the gutter and learn about the fertility cults. Like a lot of some of these things that that comes down to us 2,000 years later came back from the divine feminine, the fertility cults, the phallic religions, and the way that they thought about that nowadays. So it's something when these secret society is basically teaching you the ancient man's way of thinking.
But you cannot deny that although where its origins came from, that now, and maybe not so much now, but back then, maybe about 20, 30 years ago, it was really about the patriarch. Like it wasn't right. They took that and was like, see, this is a phallus.
I mean, of course, it's had its transitioning as the millennia has went on, and it's morphed into
now it's morphing a bit because we are like, no, the matriarch now. so things are morphing, but that's my main reason for I wanted to see what their view was on it. That's my main reason for bringing it up. Yeah. That's just like, I'm woman, hear me roar. That's what was happening. That's what was happening here. But yeah, so after and then we went to the one where the Gnostic Mass.
So you talk about woman, hear me roar. So then we did a public Gnostic Mass where the woman...
I didn't have no problem with them talking about the phallus then, because now I know.
So there was a woman who was naked with period blood, and shall we say more? Like, I don't know, like, and you had to. All right, we're not gonna go there. So look, you saw it was had a lot to do with the divine feminine in women. It wasn't all phallic. It's fertility.
They were honoring the goddess.
But yeah, I could say that. So then, and then there was another thing. So what I can say about you is, as you started growing and getting into yourself and expanding your horizons, like how we merged and like, so like my wife, has been a lot on she knew about start learning about crystals, rocks,
all the practical
alchemy, things, herbs, teas, all that. I didn't know, even though I didn't know anything about that. Like
that was a part of my heritage, though. That was what it was natural.
So it was to the point, even though I was in these societies and learn, I didn't know about the vegetative, the alchemy, the tree, all that stuff like that, that spiritual stuff. So I didn't know anything about it. So I counted I was like one time this guy.
Yo, yes, tell on yourself.
This guy who traveled the world, he traveled the world. He was rich. I ran into this guy. He was wealthy. He set. And what he used to do is he used to travel the planet Earth. I mean, everywhere. He's been to Antarctica, whatever, Tibet, China, anywhere on Earth he's been, and he collects some of the most rocks, crystals.
If anybody's collecting rocks from around the world, that must be some kind of rock.
He would bring them back. He would go climb down mountains, up mountains, so we became good friends, me and this guy. So he gave me some rock. He was like, when he brought it to me in a box. He was like, "This, I'm going to give you this rock," and he was like giving me the energy, look, this is I'm blessing you with, and I didn't know she knew about.
Just
rock.
know I wasn't there. I wasn't there for that transaction.
She knew about. I didn't know anything about like crystals and rocks and all that type of
value.
The value of it. So I took it. I was like, you gave me a fucking rock. I took it and threw the shit in the garbage. And to this day, I'm fucking mad as fuck because the way this guy, I knew that he traveled the world, but I didn't know rock.
I probably had like this.
Now I'm aware of like certain like rocks and crystals,
like an asteroid.
Like the way he brought it to me was like, yo, this, I'm giving you this. I could have probably sold and got fucking rich, man, a billionaire.
Rare mineral.
Like, he would go in under the sea to pick shit up, and I took and threw the shit in the garbage. I was like, what the fuck is a rock? But see that as, but she knew about so it's like and then eventually later on, I was like, oh, I fucked up. Like this guy probably gave me some shit from the middle of Antarctica. From the moon,
and you didn't even
shit.
tell me. You didn't tell me until like later on.
And I just took it and threw the shit in the garbage. I didn't even check it out. He probably gave me some shit probably worth about $1 million, and I took it and just like, oh, there's a rock. But see that ignorant. But she was like, what? Like, bring that shit home. The rock, like that is something. So it was like we both went to came again and went like, so now I started learning about, let me learn about like crystals, rocks, all the different types of like stones and what they do, like, and she knew and learn about like alchemy, trees, plants, and all that side of stuff. Like, so, and then I remember she used to think that like philosophy was stupid. Like she's like, oh, fuck.
I was like, what are y'all talking about? Y'all getting to a point? It's like, what is the point?
Now, see, we intersect, know. Now she sees, she sees philosophy. It can be,
because in Christianity, philosophy is like evil because, right? It's Nicodemus, right?
Right.
But I want to like go back to, because this is important for people that are, you have a partner and you're, maybe you are in a church. It kind of put a strain on our marriage because we both cut out so much. Like I was like, we was rolling. Like I was like going to get my nails done 1 week, then my hair done the next week. Like it's just that was my, going shopping and hanging out and partying and I mean, it sounds like it. It wasn't like it was bad, but no. What I'm trying to say is I was more liberal. I had more freedom. So
you can't lose yourself. Exactly.
Right. So what happened was we completely gave into everything and we cut out everything. And in the church, they're like, yeah, but no, what happened was we a part of ourselves was stripped, and we had to learn how to deal with that in our marriage.
Yeah.
So it was like we were both struggling to figure out like what are we doing and who are we, right? And who are we as a couple in this thing? So it was definitely a struggle. Some of those years in the church, and that whole the man is the head of the house and all of that stuff. Yeah, it was definitely a strain on the marriage. You know how I know because when we left, it was like it was like, oh, that's what it was.
Right. Like it was fun. Yeah, like so like everything that you just thought you knew, like it was like, no, it's wrong.
Exactly.
No. You thought you knew who you was? No, you don't know yourself. You're not you. You can't be you. You gotta be some new thing that
push you down way deep down.
You can't have no feelings and
sex bad.
Be interested. Yeah, you don't have sex in your marriage.
You shouldn't even want it.
It's lust. don't makeup. Like what?
Oh my God,
Yeah.
Jezebel.
Jezebel. Let's stop. We're like, okay. Jezebel wasn't that bad.
Bro,
Like,
you got a red fingernail polish? You Jezebel. Jezebel kept her man. All right.
Anyway, let's not.
Yeah,
Let's not.
we're healed. We're healed.
Nicodemus, Jezebel. Nicodemus and Jezebel, like, and they wasn't bad people. Like I started, when I started interacting, all the people that they was like demonizing, I started reading about them. Like, okay, I want to read about Jezebel. I want to read about Nicodemus. I want to know who the hell is the witch of Endor. Like, who these people? Like right.
Well, so fast forward.
Okay.
Want to see what? Want to see what, Ona? But yeah, fast forward. Right. What happened? What happened when you left OTO? Like, what happened?
Iron Garden.
No, was you skipping? You are skipping. You was in the church. I mean, in the coven with me. So okay.
Let me tell you. All right, go ahead. No, I stopped going to OTO only simply because it was very far.
Oh yeah.
It just far. Was in the way they were meeting was way in Brooklyn. We live in New Jersey, so like I did whether it was driving or taking the train. Took the train was like 4 hours to get there. Driving was like 2, so it was just so far. I wanted to seek things that was more closer to me, so that was kind of like that's what kind of stopped that.
Yeah.
She said Jezebel. She went to see Jezebel. Read the Bible. It's in there, I guess.
She's in the Bible. But so right around that time was when because I was open.
That's when you started getting. Yeah. You start seeking your finding out going to.
Because I was like, okay, now I need some spirituality. I need some constant. So that's when I was like, I tell the story all the time. I never forget the day when we was in Garfield. And I was like, what are you doing today? You have something to do. I don't know if you had to work or you had something to do. And I was like, because I want to go meet this coven. They have a meetup and you couldn't make it. I was like, you know what? I'm going. I was like, I'm going. Because I was open at the time. I was like, I need it, So, long story short, like I went, met them, and then started taking the 101 for about a year, and then joined the coven, and then he came in also and joined maybe a couple of years after me. I don't even know, but you joined the coven at that time. He was like, he wasn't really into it. He was like, I'll just go with you kind of thing. But so then you just was like, you joined.
I mean, it was fun. It was cool. The people were great. They were still good friends with all of them. They were great people. I had already been. I was in the Theosophical Society, the OTL.
Yeah, but you wasn't doing anything at the
Sufi
time.
Circles, Muslim. I was in a Coptic church. Like I did so much by the time. And then
you was in a Wiccan coven.
And then I got not downgrading it, but we got to the Wiccan coven. And then at the time I was doing astronomy. I was actually an
right. That's what you were doing.
I was actually an amateur astronomer. So I was actually running astronomy nights at Montclair State University.
I think at that time you just was like because you go through your phases of.
I was into
spirituality and science.
I had got into science very deeply and started studying like science, math, physics, all that type of stuff. And I had got into astronomy very heavy where I was actually in a group and we were doing telescopes and different, all that. So then we got into the Wicca. So it's like that's kind of like that was the phases with me. Like I would be spiritual a moment, philosophical, then I'd be like, fuck everything spiritual, ain't no God, I'm science. Then I'll come back, oh, there's a guy. Like, you know, so like that was
I'm
that.
used to these phases now. I'm like, oh, that's what we're doing today. Okay.
So it was like, I got to a phase where like I didn't believe in God anymore. I was like, it doesn't exist. Like so I became an atheist. Like it keeps going, like
Yeah.
it keeps going back. I'm a lot wiser now. I'm not. That was in my, like I said, that was in my evolving, growing up.
There was a lot of evolution. There was a lot of evolution.
Yeah.
But so we were in the Wiccan coven, and you know, we did that for a few years.
Before you go into it, could you tell people what, I feel like it's important that people know what 101 is. I'm sorry, I have to say it. What is 101? What's a 101?
101, it takes you through learning the history and the how-tos and ceremonial practices.
So let me, I'm sorry, this is a quick vent.
Okay.
I gotta give it to the modern YouTube.
Oh my gosh. Day. I'm gonna take a drink of water while you're doing that.
101, and that was one of the, I could say one of the most valuable things that come out of that coven is a 101 teaching. This is the thing that we even do now in the vampire community, even in, you know, whether they even do it in Freemasons, they do it in everything. They do it even in Dilemma, in the Golden Dawn.
If you're serious about something, yeah.
It's a moment where it's like a year and a day when you first start something that you sit, you learn.
Set your ass down, yeah.
The basis of what the thing that you're in, like the general, a foundation. Like, so it's like the foundation of like that's what it says, like most of the newbies ask, not they're not stupid questions, but they're questions that you wonder, like, have you ever just had a 101? They call 101. So it's just the basics.
There's
like,
questions that if you waited
for a year and a day,
you'll have the answer.
You don't have to, like, it's like the basics. Like, okay, you first get into paganism or Wiccan. Like, what's the difference between invoking or evoking, or what's a, like, simple stuff like what does meditation mean, or how does meditation work, or like I mean, just the basic, what's a tarot, you know, you know, what are you, when you pray or whatever, what are you trying to do, your intent, like the simple basic foundation things that you should know, just anybody that's getting into the esoteric whatever.
Before you even get started with really practicing.
Like, right. Who's the who, you know, like, so like little stuff like that. And so like you could tell a lot of people haven't sat for that year and a day first and just got the 101. Like they won't do a 101. They just jump right into it, read a book, and haven't sat down
just because they read that book.
They know and then they be asking, it's not dumb questions, but it's questions like you could tell you didn't do a 101, did you? Like the basic.
Yo, that's magic. What I be saying in my head, like, oh, okay.
You show who you are by the fact that you'll ask a simple, basic question that anybody in the occult.
Well, okay, so let's not say it's not. Ask questions, definitely ask questions, but we're talking about when you keep asking those questions, right? When it's evident that you want to skip to the
that's the
good part, right?
Skipping.
You want to skip and not do the labor and hard work and be patient. That once you get the groundwork, then you know you can move to all the like diving in and casting the magic and knowing, invoking and evoking and all of that.
Right. But like I said, I just had to do that because it's like we didn't skip. Like, there ain't nothing easy.
Jeez, we didn't skip.
Why you think this shit easy?
No.
You gotta work at everything. You don't want to do no work. Well, your magic is gonna be weak. You don't know anything. You don't have any foundation. Like, that's real. Like, you can't microwave everything. You can't. It's certain things you can't. That's the ancient. That's the universe.
The mystery.
You gonna microwave the universe?
Yep. If they could,
I'm gonna drop it right there. Like,
yeah.
come on, like
It's not. It's
there's
not an
life,
overnight process.
life here. We talk
Right.
about the essence of life, like
Yeah, and I used to be, and I get it why, you know, young adults now. I get it because I was there. I was saying the same thing, but I was like, why does it? You know, maybe the people that are leaders and teaching and things, and even in the church, like, why does everybody like? Why do they got to be older? Like, why? So I'm like, you know, some of us young people know things. I used to be like that, but now I understand experience
whew,
gives you wisdom, right? So that takes time. That takes years. So you know, I understand now, right? I understand the crone, right, or leading up to the crone. I
yeah,
understand why those are usually the ones you see as leaders, right?
right. Because it's like, and this goes. I'm gonna get off the soapbox. There's a difference between reading a book, and I'm telling you, this even goes for anything you want to do. Like I'm thinking about my job right now. I'm a wastewater operator, and I'm just learning wastewater treatment right now. There's a difference between taking that book, reading the book, learning and memorizing the little things in the book, and you could read that book and read it 10 times and memorize it all, have it all in your head enough where they could test you on it and you pass it,
Mm-hmm.
and then going actually out to the experience the thing for real, and the first problem you encounter ain't in that fucking book that you just read 20 times, ain't at all. And you like, and you could be a PhD in it, and now you have to experience it. It'd be a whole different ball game. Then you realize then that everything ain't black and white. It's a lot of gray, and you need to learn. Like you need the wisdom comes with the making the mistakes, the time, the experiencing the fuck up, the learning. That's a whole different process. You can't skip it. It is what it is. That's what's gonna cook that meal nice. Like it you will, it will show, you know, like you learn, and then you master, and then you experience, and then you do in practice. That's a whole different ball game. Whole different ball game. All right,
Yeah.
I'm off.
You off your you always on a soapbox. You live on a soapbox.
You said 101.
101. Well, yeah. So you in anything you do, you always kind of have to have a 101 if you are looking to like learn or evolve, right? Um yeah, so we did the coven, learned, you know, wonderful things, you know, the 101 for starters. You know, I did the 101 and then began, you know, was initiated into the coven and did my year and a day. And
So, let me say this real quick. So after that, she started going crazy. Like, so my wife, big up on. I'm talking about her. She started doing. She was
I was
me.
doing
We
everything.
was doing like we.
You name it, I was
She
like
was
in
doing
it.
crystal bowls, alchemy, astrology. I mean, she started going and like taking classes like a motherfucker. I mean, she became how I was. I calmed down.
Because I was like, oh, I gotta fast forward this. Like
Reiki, you name it. She went crazy. Money, spending money, time, effort. I mean, she went pew, like, oh, I want to learn it all. Reiki, you name it. Herbs, all that. Any how to do singables, how to hell. I think it was one. It was one time she went and she learned how to play the fucking. You took lessons on how to play the what
the cello.
we have a cello.
I was like, I need to learn this all.
She
like,
started doing cello lessons. We have a cello.
yeah.
She can play it. So she
Yeah.
was just artistically expressive. And then, you know, she's an artist, avid artist, a painter, all of that. She started going down the lines of learning it. So then it was like, I just had to let her go experience her thing. And she did it. She done it.
I done it so much that by the time I didn't even make it to the third like we were in our second
Second degree
degree,
in
yeah.
Wicca.
And I was like, I can't. I need. I remember, and I tell a story all the time. So whoever follows me probably has heard this story that I left, and I was honest about it. Right? It was. I remember you was just like, okay, I'm leaving too. Then like, so you came with me. We were sitting at the table talking to the high priestess, and because I wanted to still remain. I didn't want to burn any bridges. It was not necessary to do that. So I let her know. I'm like, I need to go a bit darker. Like I need to go work with Lucifer, just other things. So she was like, okay, I understand that or whatever. But yeah, because I was open. I was like, listen.
Yeah, hold on. Let me show you some of these tattoos.
Oh my gosh, no. No, stop.
Like so,
No.
like as I said, she went pew, like she's like, yeah, I'm about to work with Lucifer, Belial,
The gates was open.
Demons. I was like, oh,
The
fuck.
gates was open.
Oh shit! Like, okay, slow down.
Yeah, at that point you was like, wait, what's happening here? I was in the house summoning demons. And
Yeah,
stuff. Like,
she's like, oh, yeah, I want to go to the pits of hell and the Colpith, and I was like, fuck, like dark side, left side, left hand, all kinds of. So it's like she went. It was like from
I was like, I'm home.
One transition to another, like. I was like, okay, we're not afraid of Lucifer anymore. Lucifer is our friend.
Lucifer is our friend. Yep. Yeah, because again, right, with that whole discovery of the demonization, right, and Christianity, the whole discovery of the pagan gods, pre-Abrahamic.
Yeah, do you want? Yeah, that's you want to talk about it? Let me hit the quick break while you talk about that. If you want to go in at it.
I mean, yeah. So at that time, right, when I had left the coven, and I've shared this story on my. I think I shared this story on my other channel. Where when I left the coven, I was like, okay, this is not. And a lot of times I say when we talk about wanting to go darker, it's more, a lot of times we mean we want to go deeper into the esoteric mysteries. So that in hindsight, that is what I was really looking for. And in order for me to evolve, I had to embrace the darker side of things. So I don't think if I would have skipped that process, my evolution, I wouldn't have evolved in a way that was necessary. So, I just was like, all right, we're gonna learn who Lucifer is, Belial is, and I just kind of went with it, and I didn't have I mean, obviously there are some I did it a lot mainly for shadow work and to learn more about myself, different parts about myself. So that was my purpose for working with the demonic spirits. So um, I took that journey and learned more about myself. Worked with the Quopith, and we worked in the Wiccan Coven. I worked with the Tree of Life. So coming on this side of things, naturally, I wanted to, dive into the Quopith. And, in the Wiccan Coven, thankfully, I had the understanding of what the Tree of Life was because we took classes on that in the Coven. So that kind of helped me navigate the understanding of the tree itself.
I'm complete now.
So, oh Lord, he's complete. So yeah, I haven't looked back since. I mean, right now, what I've been talking to some of the people on school, like right now, you get to a level, right? At least I do, because if you look at my chart, that's it. Pretty much is in the chart. It says I am looking for. I will always be looking for the thing that keeps me, the thing that evolves me, higher and higher and higher. If that makes sense. But yeah, so I'm always going to be, searching for that thing that is can also be a part of the things that help me achieve, you know, reaching, attaining
Right.
the higher
You're
levels and
balanced,
higher mysteries.
balanced now. You're on
Yeah,
and to a certain degree,
I'm trying.
right?
I'm trying. You know, I was laughing with them the other night. Like, you know, the dark side of things just is, I'm, you know, it's where I'm comfortable, but there's a battle that, because I know that you need balance. So there's always going to be the battle of, okay, how do I bring the balance in? How do I bring the sunshine in? You know, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I, you know what I could say, like, how long we been on here? Okay, oh, hour 40. All right, good.
Oh, that's normal.
Thank you all for who
Whoever's listening, still listening.
we,
And even for those that comes on,
yeah, you'll watch it tomorrow.
yeah,
Or
the replay.
replay, whatever. Check it out.
Yeah.
You know, thank you for watching, and
Yes, hearing our stories.
We'll do the regular YouTube. Subscribe. Make sure you subscribe and share.
And go
like.
check out my website with all the goodies. You know, if you want your, I'm plugging again, right,
Oh,
if you want to join the Snail Mail Club, the Witchy Astrology Astro Magic Club, and be a part of the September's mailing, you have to join by like September 3rd, I think, for the September 7th mailing. And in that, like I said, you'll have your 30 days of your personal astrology, but you have to give me your birth chart information, obviously, right? Or you could just get the 30 days of the collective, astrology if you don't want to do that. But do go over and check it out and check out some of my art,
yes, art.
that I'm getting into. And
That's gonna start coming.
yeah, I have a lot more to do, but it's just, I'm just kicking it off. But go ahead and check that out.
My channel is gonna Philosophy of Jabbar. We're gonna put that down in the link.
Yes, you have to start making some.
And
videos.
I got to start making. I'll start making some videos. And then this Saturday, myself, I'm speaking.
Yes.
I'm actually plugged out. I'm speaking on the. It's called the Nightside Nexus for vampire. For modern vampire community connection. It's a vampiric site on Facebook, social media. I was doing a Zoom talking about theory and entropy.
The beast
within. So that's a whole other thing. That's this Saturday at 8 p.m. It's private site, but you can check it out on, if you check our social media, Instagram, Facebook, you could get a link if you want to join it. It's a Zoom. It's going to be a Zoom chat. Well, I'll be talking about that. So
yeah,
there we go with that. So, did the YouTube drops.
Yes. I wanted to talk about, I don't know what we was just talking about. I got menopause brain, but I wanted to talk about where we are now, like as far as, right, when we left Wicca, when we left the coven at that time, we was
how did we get
Iron Garden.
Okay, how did we get to the vampiric and all that
Yeah.
stuff? Yeah, you wanna
Well, I mean, quick story. I mean, we there's never a quick story. I don't even know why I said that. But I remember, you know, you
again goth. I started veering off into the goth, because, like, all right, yeah. And
oh my gosh, that's right. So that's kind of like a replay of like.
Go ahead. I veered off into the goth scene because again, like, so for me personally, me not nothing to do with her, just me personally. And I guess that's the thing that we share in common. I've always liked the dark side. Like, I love the, like, even in the Christian, like we, even before, like, I've always was interested in like you know how some people would be like rooting for the bad guys. That was me. I even as a child, all the way up, like the evil villain, like people would watch pictures and stuff, and they like the hero. I always was looking at the evil villain like, ooh, he's interesting or she's interesting, and why did they become like? So I was always looking at like liking the bad guy, like that has always been me, and I was always the type of person where like people will like, I like to smile and stuff, but I was like, it's good to frown. You ain't always gonna be happy, like, so I felt like a comfort, a solace. Like I didn't look at like Christianity was, oh, you can't be mean or you can't be evil or you can't be just. So I didn't look at it like that. So then it was like I looked at like, hey, you could be just blank face. You don't have to be smiling or you don't have to be happy. Like I thought that was too fake. So I've always had an affinity towards the Dark Vader, the dark, the dark. So I started seeking the philosophies that of Machiavelli, which is one of my favorites. Nietzsche, different dark, philosophers, what I'm saying, that would be considered like dark. All of that types of like things, left hand path, mind frame. So I kind of already had that, was comfortable in that before I even started knowing about it. And so like
you ran across QXTs from your one of the Mason
Freemasonry. We actually went out. We were celebrating we had became a Master Mason actually at that time. Me and a group of guys, we all became Master Masons that night. And he knew about QXTs in New York. I didn't really know about it. I've heard about it, but I didn't know exactly what it was or whatever. So he was like, I know a great bar. It was a goth. Again, that's how I said, like, I always wanted to kind of wear black and be goth, but I was afraid, just afraid to do it. Like I always wanted to do it, but I was afraid. Anyway, so he said, let's go hang out at this golf club and celebrate. So we went in there, and it was like my awakening, almost like how we got on this. And he was just that was his normal hangout. But for me, it was like I saw the black and the goth and the people dressed all in. I was like, oh, this is. And then I remembered the music from the 90s. They was playing the music from the 90s. Depeche Mode. I was like, and this is around the times when I used to have these goth feelings, but I was afraid because the area I lived in and stuff, and people wasn't really, you would have been too different. But I always wanted to explore that. And so it kind of, just going to the club and hearing the music.
He had no idea.
And then all of a sudden, then I was like, I'm going to QXTs, and I used to go by myself. Like at the time, she was doing her.
I was going out, but not at like a QXT.
Yeah.
Club.
She wasn't doing the goth.
I was going to New York, and then going to like clubs in New York.
Yeah. So I had started going to the goth, just soaking in, just feeding. We talk about feeding on the ambiance of the darkness, the goth, the black, the people in the costume, and just that whole thing. So then she started coming, and
that was so funny.
And then she got an awakening. Like I remember she didn't even know how to do the dance. Like at first, like it's a certain, like she was still.
I was doing the dances like you go to the club in New York, like
or rhythm, like we're gonna talk about.
Yeah.
She didn't know. It took her. She didn't understand.
I grew up like there is a rhythm. There is a rhythm.
There
is a rhythm.
But
not the rhythm. Yeah.
But all right, do you want to tell her what? I'm so excited to tell her because I'm so happy that she like.
But wait, the part where I am, God, you see me, I'm like bubbly. I have like two sides. Like I got the rested bitch face, or I'm just gonna enjoy myself and I'm bubbly. So I go to the bar and I saw this woman, I saw this red drink. So she was turned around And I was like, excuse me. And I tapped her. That was like a big fucking no. And then she turns around and she looks at me. She has these contacts in. She gave me like this vampiric stare, like, yes, can I help you? I'm like, oh, all right. I just wanted to know what that drink was. Sorry. I was like, oh, okay.
I was like, there's rules to this godness. You gotta learn. You can't go touch people. Like, you gotta slow down. Like, we're not happy here. We're goth. It's a different, like. So she had to. So I remember, like, even like, let me get into it. Like, so she was awakening to her gothness, her darkness, and like that's why I said we both started going to cues, and that it helped us. It even helped our marriage. Like,
there was a rhythm
go ahead,
that you tune into, right? It's not worrying about making the right step. It's breaking you out of the box, actually. You take me anywhere, I'm gonna dance. I'm gonna dance and dance. That's all I was doing before I went to Kids Teas. But it was funny because I was still bound in having to make sure I moved in a certain way. So I couldn't get. I'm like, how are they dancing like that? I was trying it, but I was trying to do it, but it was like almost like I had to learn to be off beat to be on beat.
This is important. Matter of fact, this is a good subject. So basically, she learned the witch dance. Like, this is, and people don't realize that it's a thing of, you're not listening to the beat. You're literally in your own. You take the beat. This is resonance. It's a magic. This is spiritualism.
There's a frequency that
it's a frequency that you tune in out of this dimension, and you get into this other dimension, and that is what you're literally hearing, and that is what you're moving to. So it's like the world kind of like. And like the regular, like people that are like not spiritual, they're not goth, they kind of are just on the beat. Like, but when you get into the
rhythm, you're like
witch,
flowing.
Yeah, you're out of this dimension now. You're moving like it's not about the rhythm. It's about you feeling the universe coming to you. So it's like that's how the witches move. They're like,
I mean, it's more than this. Very, because that's the Sufis. That's
it's the Sufi, right?
That's the esoteric movement. The
dance. You realize they're not the whirling dervishes. This is what they're doing. They're in the tune of the
the flow.
Yeah, and that the guy. So it allowed you to. I remember the first time she jumped into, she let go. And started tuning into the goth, the dark. It was like, she's like, oh, this is what it is. And then we couldn't stop it. Like everywhere we went, we tried to go back to like the Monday.
Oh my God, that was so funny.
She was still like, and they're like, the beat is going fast. She's like,
no, I was. That's right. We tried to go back to some other clubs that wasn't like that.
We were still like.
Everybody was trying to do the same dance, like
you got, because once you tune into that frequency, you go off for the rest.
Yeah, once you're free, it's not going
she got
back.
free.
Yeah.
She started awakening into her darkness, moving into that universe, that dimension. Now you can't get out of it. She could go. She could snap into it in a microsecond now.
Yeah.
So you start learning. We start learning about that, and that's what we got to. Introduced to the Iron Garden and the vampire
right, because they had the Iron Garden downstairs on the first level.
So that's it is we're up to this point now. It was all the things that we had 30 years of leading up were culminating into this. When we first
came into the vampire community, we did what we both normally do. We dove in. And we just was like, oh, we're going to explore.
All right, Una.
Night, Una.
Thank you.
So we dove in. We was like, oh, we're going to explore. We was like, we going to New Orleans. We're going to do the Endless Nights. So we did the same thing. We was just like, we're gonna dive in and do all the things, right? To really embrace it. So we did a lot of that initially in the beginning, which kind of catapulted our experience. Right.
Right. Exactly. Like so,
Yeah.
yeah. So we took all that we had learned and been through and evolved, and then we came into the vampire community and brought sat it there and started evolving in within the vampire community. Uh, what we already had evolved and in learning and doing that whole thing, and now we're up to this point, and that's
Yes.
why I could say like so that's the good thing about why we ended up here and resting here at the moment. Um, it was complementary to what we had
Excellent.
evolved to. Like
That's
we
perfect way to
yeah,
put
it
it.
was
Yeah.
it complemented. It wasn't a you could see that it could be more evolution.
Yeah.
It complemented. It didn't go against it. It was embellishing of what we
What we
already.
already knew. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like, oh, you could even get even more knowledge, and we started learning about other stuff that we didn't even know about, like even more stuff, vampiric stuff.
I think it
Um,
also it broke away the rigidness that we still
Rigid.
had.
Like so me, I like I said, like see how I'm dressed. I always wanted to dress like this, but I was afraid. So this is me. This is me inner. So I was afraid to be myself in front of
And
people.
once he broke free,
I don't care enough. I don't give a fuck because I'm me now. This is me. I'm free. Like I'm a. This is who I really am. You're getting to see the inner of a person. I'm showing you it. Like so, I was able to in that learning that I was able to express, be who I am. Like people, I used to let people stop me from being me.
but also when I say rigid too, I really mean our process thinking.
Yeah, I was a
Yeah.
biased, judgmental motherfucker.
Yeah.
Right. It helped me to open my mind up, stop judging.
Right.
Like a lot of people. I was like that because of ignorance. Right, rigidness.
Yeah.
So stop back and don't judge. Like stop
The
me.
different lifestyle.
Yeah, like don't why are you writing people off? Like I said, taking up my hangups or my biases
That's
or
our Gen X brain.
like, oh, no, let them watch them, learn from them, like open your mind up to whatever is happening because you don't know. Like what do you think makes you
See
think
the
you
true meaning
yeah, what
in
makes you
that,
think
right?
you're right? You could be wrong, like but sometimes people don't even they won't open themselves up. They won't allow you. Matter of fact, you ain't even gotta do it. You could just look at let them do it. Let them do it. Stop judging.
Yeah, it was a very good lesson and
Yeah.
still is. But initially a lesson on primal. It really was
Right,
the
right.
the desire have to have a community and have this alternative world where you can express these primal instincts in a healthy way,
Right, right,
right?
right.
Because there's rules, right? But you can express them in a healthy way and understand them. Because a lot of times, if you aren't around, places where you can express something that you feel inside, and sometimes it comes out the wrong way, right? So this gives you the opportunity to, you know, experience,
Right.
right, and learn, develop your own internal gnosis of what primal means for you. And there's not a lot you're not going to get. Like, where are you going to get in the mundane? Like, where are you going to be able to express this, except for in some pagan circles where you're going to go out and bonfire and dance around the fire and do things like that. But yeah, so that's why I am always preaching that, um, the biggest part about the community that I've learned is it's a space to express whatever primal means to you, whatever your expression is that you have to suppress during the day, right? It's the night side, right?
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. Be free. But oh,
Well,
looking to see. No, I was just looking.
she's gone now. That
I
was a
know.
while ago. But yeah, we've been on here. Like,
Yeah, I mean, if you wanna start ending it or something, because I can talk all day. Everybody knows that.
I know. Yeah, soapbox.
And we actually haven't said a lot of. We led you up to. So
Yeah,
we
there's
have
a lot of stuff.
This could be a whole other live from this point going on. Like, I mean, we could talk about like a lot of like right now. I'll just drop a little bit of it. Maybe I'm actually planning to make a video of it on my Philosophy of Jabbar channel as I do some new stuff. I got some stuff over there already, which is like green, talking about mystical devices, talking about different.
You should finish that. Like, do your series.
Yeah, I did a series on mystical devices, and basically I'm talking about all through like the Thor of Hammer, the Hammer of Thor, the
I'm gonna put it in.
different all the different mystical devices that you hear in the lore throughout millennia or whatever.
I'm putting it in the thing.
Yeah, thank you, appreciate it. And so like now I've gotten deep into like mystical Islam, is esoteric Islam, and that's like a for certain that's a secret society for Sufism or the different stuff like that. The jinn, learning about the jinn.
Oh, we didn't.
So it's a lot.
We gotta do the jinn.
Yeah. So that's going in the future. Like so we'll drop some future videos that we're gonna talk about and what we're doing now currently and where we're going to
with the jinn.
Learning about the different. I've stopped introduced myself to the East, a lot of the Eastern philosophies, and different concepts. A lot of concepts in the East that's not in the West. They're literally not. You think it's like blowing my mind. It's a whole different world of stuff in the East that we're just learning about in the West. Or we may have it in the West, but it's like so obscure. But it's not obscure in the East. They've been doing it for thousands of years already, like different concepts. And I'm learning, teaching different books. Eastern up to Jonah. So yeah, we're gonna end it here.
Sorry.
And thank you guys, and whoever's gonna watch this in the future, and tomorrow or whatever, or the months that go on. We want to acknowledge you. Thank you for watching it. Hope you like it. Hope you like what we're talking about. We'll come back.
And check out the channel membership too, because there's going to be some lives there that is more personal, and so in rituals too, and magic, candle magic, and things like that. So check out the channel membership that I just opened it back up. I already started uploading videos there. So I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say this too. Like, if you actually wanted to see us live or places that we are at, if you want to learn
in person,
like, we'd be at the Iron Garden at last Friday of every month at QXC's in Newark, New Jersey.
And we don't bite. You could come say hi. I know I've had some people say they saw me, but they were scared to come up to me. I know I'd be having the resting bitch face on sometimes, but I would love it if you came to say hello.
Yeah, don't come with no bullshit, because if you do, believe me, there's some big ass bouncers.
I match your energy. So yeah.
Some big ass bouncers that will bounce your ass. Right, Alex. So you think you're gonna come on some bullshit? Just want to put that out there as well.
Why people coming with bullshit?
No, I'm just saying, I can feel comfortable saying you can come meet us in person, because if you plan to do some bullshit, you ain't gonna want to go down that road either.
It's not. No.
They got some big ass bouncers there at the same time.
I'm not even. Nah, I
That
wouldn't even
will
think about that.
throw your ass out. So basically, so come on, some humble.
That's all right. And because the last one, I checked the bitch. So we not. Yeah, don't. I'm not worried.
Why you have to go?
Cause yeah.
But we're we're there at QXD's Iron Garden, corner of the Iron Garden, New Jersey, Newark, New Jersey. That's it.
All right, so that's it. Well, so we thank you, all of you who listen to us babble on about our journey, and I thank you for those who will be watching the replay, whatever parts of the replay you watch, because it is rather long. But we love you all, and until next time, into the shadows.